Hi guys, and welcome to Premier Prediction Week 12, and we start with the 12:45 kick-off tomorrow, which is Bournemouth versus Newcastle. And Bournemouth looks very strong towards the second half against Southampton last week, quite unlucky not to get a point in the end actually. On the other hand, Newcastle, as I said, they are looking quite good in games, but they're just not picking up results or scoring enough goals. I definitely do think that Newcastle are the stronger team going into this game tomorrow, so I'm going to give them a slightly bit better the day. I've gone Bournemouth 1, Newcastle 2. Then we move to the 3 o'clock kickoffs, and we start with West Ham versus Everton, and two decent teams at the moment that are in fantastic form. I mean, West Ham are living the actual dream at the moment, where they are in the table. Everton this year are looking very, very strong as well, and last week that just proves that they absolutely whipped Sunderland to absolute shreds last week. And I think that Everton again are a slightly better, stronger side tomorrow, even though they are away from home. So I've gone West Ham 1, Everton 2. Then we have Leicester versus Watford. I think that's going to be quite a tight game. Even though Leicester do like to go all guns blazing out and try and attack the opposition, and they've scored a lot of goals this year. I do think that Watford are quite hard to score against. They don't let many goals in. So I've gone for a tight game for this one. I've gone 1-1. Yeah, I've gone 1-1 for this game. I've gone 1 for the next one as well. Norwich Swansea, practically for the same kind of reason. Both two attacking sides. I think Swansea do defend a little bit better against Norwich as well. I think Norwich is the same kind of situation as Leicester. That they do attack quite a lot, but they let a lot of goals in as well. I'd say the same for Swansea, but as I say, I think Swansea are slightly better at defending in this game. So another tight 1-1. Then we have Sunderland versus Southampton, and let's not forget what happened to Sunderland last week. I mean, they got absolutely destroyed. I mean, I for one didn't see that coming. I thought, one time it was 2-2. They were 2-0 down. They got it back to 2-2, and I never in my wildest dreams would imagine that they would have lost 6-2 towards the end. So that really did shock me. And but it does show how much of a crisis they're in at the moment, and how much a lot of training they've got to sort out, and a lot of work to be done. It's a big job for Sam, and I think Southampton are the much stronger side in this game, even though again they're away from home. So I've gone Sunderland 0, Southampton 2. Then we have Man U versus West Bromwich Albion, and correct me if I'm wrong. I think that Manchester United haven't lost a game since they lost to Arsenal before the last international break. They're on a decent form. I think they won on Tuesday night against Moscow. So yeah, again, I think being at Old Trafford, I think it'd be quite easy for them really. I've gone Man U 3, West Brom 1. Then we have the 5:30 kick-off, which is Stoke versus Chelsea. And again, where do you go with Chelsea? I mean, they started really, really brightly last week. Against Liverpool, they took the lead. They went 1-0 up, and then they just absolutely fell to pieces. It's almost like once they scored, they just gave up defending, just gave up doing anything. And I think towards the end as well, Liverpool actually looked the better side, and they could have scored a lot more than they did. So I think it gets even worse for Chelsea tomorrow. I'm going to go Stoke 1, Chelsea 0. Even though I know Chelsea did win on Wednesday night, but they only just about won that one. Their confidence looks really, really bad at the moment. I'm not quite sure what's going on in that camp. A West Ham fan did come out the other week and said that John Terry seems to have lost his passion for the club, seems to have lost his passion for the game, and I'm starting to see that a little bit. He's not really defending the way that we know John Terry can defend. Is it down to old age? Is it down to I'm not sure what it is, but certainly needs to go on in that dressing room, and they need to get a string of forms together. But we'll have to see what happens. I definitely think they're out of the title race now. I think a couple of more bad results and they could be out of the top 4, let alone the title race. So they really need to start getting some forms together. But I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow. But that's just my opinion. Then we move on to the Sunday games, which is Aston Villa versus Manchester City. I'd love to say, as an Arsenal fan, that Aston Villa will win this game and help us in the title race, but I have to be a realist, and I don't want to slag off Villa by all means. And I just think that Manchester City are going to be far too strong for them, even with the key players that they've got out. They did look quite lively against Tottenham Hotspur towards the end of the second half on Monday night. But I think that Manchester City is going to have too much for them. So I've gone Villa 1, Man City 3. We have 2 4 o'clock kickoffs. The first one is Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. Again, that's going to be quite a tight game. And again, Crystal Palace are very hard to score past, and they're doing very well. Again, another team that's doing quite well at the top half of the table. I'm not sure if they're fourth or third, something like that. But on the other hand, I like the way Klopp's got Liverpool playing at the moment. I do believe that once he gets his players in, they're going to be quite a force, and there could even be a title threat. Come next year once he's got the players in that he wants. And as last week, that showed some great character to go 1-0 down at Stamford Bridge and to end up winning 3-1. That takes quite some doing. That does. So well done to Klopp and Liverpool at this moment in time. But I've gone for quite a tight game Sunday. I've gone Liverpool 1, Crystal Palace 1. And we end off the weekend with Arsenal versus Spurs, a North London derby. And Spurs are on a fantastic run at the moment. They haven't lost since the first opening game of the season against Manchester United. I also think that Arsenal are in a fantastic form as well. They've won five wins in a row now in the Barclays Premier League. We did get a bit of a spankering against Bayern Munich on Wednesday night, but I think that we'll recover quite well from that game, and we'll be up for Sunday. And I might be biased looking into this. I'm not too sure. You decide. I think Arsenal being at home just nick it. So I've gone Arsenal 2, Spurs 1. That has been my predictions for this week, guys. Please do give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Give me your score predictions, which a lot of you do on Facebook and Twitter. I will see you in 2 weeks' time because there's another international break. But there you go, guys. Hope everyone gets all the results they want. It's going to be a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Thanks for watching, guys.